This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with that prize guy. We're here at Anderson Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the maddest boxer in Ireland, Cathal Jennings. How are you?
Go on, what's the crack, Morty? All good?
All's good. We had to start it on a good theme. It's a Wednesday. You're just over a month out from fight number 3 as a pro. Obviously, you just finished a session here today. I guess probably first and foremost, you're happy with the activity. Obviously, your third fight since making your debut. I think was it April?
Yeah, April on Paul.
Was it? April 12th, I think, or something, was it?
Yeah, in the Devonish, that's what it was. Yeah, I'm happy enough here to get the third fight lined up here. I would have liked 4 this year, but just that show that was cancelled, Jay Burns in February. So look, 3 is good. We're stepping up a level and opponent every time. Like this next boy he looks alright, you know what I mean? He's 8 and 10 and look, he's a wee bit tall, like, but sure, look, the bigger they are, the harder the fall, Morty, what?
I'll just correct myself. The 5th of April, you made your debut in the Devonish. Obviously, you had 2 fights back to back in the Devonish.
Yeah.
Now a new venue as well, so something different to look at, I guess. When you're so used to, like, you fought in the Devonish prior to being a pro and stuff as well. Like,
yeah.
A new venue for you to look at, obviously Mossley Mill. Looks to be a small, compact venue. Yeah. Obviously, the good thing for you with your lot coming.
That's it. It'll be loud. No, it looks like a cracking venue. Definitely happy to get. I like fighting in the Devonish. Nothing wrong with the Devonish, you know what I mean? Devonish is a great spot, but just it gives the people who's coming down and all a different look, and also gives me a good, different experience of fighting somewhere else. I do like the way there's galleries and stuff in this here, you know, different floors and that, so it'll give it a different feel. But yeah, really looking forward to this here. Really feel like I'm going to put in a serious performance here in this next fight.
You obviously, I guess in the aftermath of your last fight, you were sort of critical in some ways. I don't think of maybe a performance, but obviously things didn't click for you together and camp, maybe wee niggles and things like that come. I guess probably sometimes you're your own harshest critic.
Yeah.
You know, stepping up to 6 rounds for the first time as well, I guess something to look forward to. Like you've sort of paced yourself over 4, you now felt was the right stage for you to move to 6.
Yeah, I think 6 rounds will suit me down to the ground. I feel like I put on a high pace over 4. You know, it's nearly like an amateur fight, nearly the 4. Like I know it's not, but like it's just like a slightly longer. You have to win the rounds. Yeah. Last time, do you know what it was? I think it was the lack of sparring, and then I came straight out and I hadn't seen the fight or anything. You know, when I watched it back, I felt like I did perform. I performed quite well, you know. Obviously, I could have scratched up on a few things, my defense and that there. I feel like the lack of sparring in the camp really played into that. I feel like when you're just hitting pads and bags, it's all good, like, but you're not really getting that reactive defense on the go. So I feel like this next one, I'm really gonna put on a show here. I'm not gonna put it on a dominant performance here. And yeah, I'm not gonna do a demolition job on this boy. Like he's a big lanky fella. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, put water, as Teddy Atlas say, put water in the basement. So we're going to cut him down here, and I'm really looking forward. I feel down at welterweight, I'm going to be a different beast. I really do feel like when I'm down at this weight, like I'm going to be putting in a bigger and better and more destructive performance.
Matthew King, obviously your opponent, obviously I remember the name whenever I seen it was put up. I remember the name without even looking. Obviously he fought Kieran Malloy and won 8 rounds with Kieran Malloy, so you know that they're probably, not that you're ever going to go looking for stoppage and things like that, but you want sometimes someone who's going to give you a good hard 6 rounds, durable rounds. You know that what you're going to hit them with. You never know, you could stop them, but you probably know going in you're going to get 6 good rounds in Matthew King.
Yeah, no, definitely. Look, we're going in here and we're trying to put on a good performance, but I respect anyone that gets in there, especially someone that's been in with good opponents. Like I had a look at this place. I always do my homework. Like I know Dan does his homework. I always do my homework on all my opponents. You know, I don't be, you know what I mean, watching them too much. Like, but I like to get it. I like to have a good look at them. See their records and stuff. I think he was 8-1 at one stage or 7-1. So like at one stage, this fella was a bit of a prospect himself. So I'm not taking him for granted at all. Definitely not. But I do feel like I'm going to do a job, and I feel like I said, at welterweight, I feel like I'm a different beast. Like I've always been very strong and powerful down to weight. I feel like when I was fighting at super welterweight, I just feel like I didn't have that snap as much. Like I felt like my fitness and all, my engine will always be there, but I just feel like I'm going to have that snap, that more bigger bang here at the welterweight.
I guess with, you know, a few pounds lighter as well, obviously what you're saying when you were fighting at super welter, coming down to welterweight, you know, that power might be might obviously just open up a new door, obviously,
Yeah.
because they're having to make that weight as well. So, like in some ways, you probably don't know at this stage, obviously, how hard you do hit as a pro because you haven't been at your proper weight class.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like, well, you don't, as a fighter, you don't really know how hard you hit it unless you're sparking boys in one round. Like, but I feel like I've definitely got good accumulative power. I do feel at the welterweight, when I was boxing the amateurs, I was hurting people at welterweight. I feel like when I'm fighting at super welterweight there, I'm weighing in at like 150 and then I'm re-weighing at maybe 155, 156, you know what I mean? You're going up, you're carrying extra weight, you just don't have that sharpness, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm far more athletic at this weight coming down into it. It's also my third camp back-to-back with strength conditioning with Mickey Smith, so I just feel like we've been ticking all the boxes. And I've been living the life, you know what I mean? I'm consistent with my training, like I've been training like a beast from day dot since I signed over, so like I really feel like it's all coming together, and I feel like you're going to see that on November 2nd.
So I guess in some ways we are sort of saying, you know, we're moving down in weight and things like that. Like you're probably not going to be happy until you're ripped to shreds and the scales. Like you want nearly an 8-pack or
That's
10-pack.
I want the Kale Brook. No, but look, you know, we're athletes at the end of the day. Like, yeah, there's more weight there to come off me, so that's just the way it is. We've been doing it slowly so that we can really assess what kind of performances I'm putting in. There's no point in me going, like, I would like to see myself at super lightweight eventually, but it's good to take it down gradually there so I can actually assess my performances and I'm not taking too much out of myself, because now I've done 150 and I performed decent at them 2 fights. We'll go welterweight here for a few fights and see how I get on, and then maybe make the jump down again, but gradually, you know, there's no point in killing yourself. I'm 30 as well, like there's no point in me trying to go mad, but I do see myself fighting at super lightweight eventually. I feel like my frame and stuff, I'm not the tallest, if you didn't know, Morty, but and
Depends what
that's it. And I just feel like 140, I'll be big and strong at it. You know what I mean?
Obviously the Mark Dunlop card that obviously you're on. Obviously it's thriller at the mill. Like it seems to be that I guess it's the nature of the way Irish boxing at the moment. Obviously you have the new breed, the next generation coming through. Another card where, you know, you can make impressions because everybody's all around that same sort of level. Obviously, Kyle Smith's headline, who fought your former opponent Conor Meanwell in his debut.
Yeah.
Like the cards are coming together in a way for you where everybody's around a similar level.
Yeah.
Do you feel that can help both you obviously moving forward because everybody's all having that? I want to be the one that makes a standout performance now.
Yeah, definitely. And the card's full of cracking fighters. You know that, like really up and coming talent. And who are all going to be putting on shows. So like I always like to come out and be the best. Like I want to be the best. I want people to come out and say, hey, that was the best fight, or he was the best fighter. That's what I want to hit. Now I know there's going to be stiff competition this time, you know. Like there always is, you know. Like every card that I've been fighting on, there's all been quality fighters. But, you know, this card is stacked. I'd like to thank Mark for having me on. Obviously shout out to Ian Gaughran. Go on the boy. Because he's getting me the opportunities here. But like when I used to watch I obviously watch boxing, but I mean like when I was growing up watching boxing, I always loved watching James Tennyson. Like he was a real good, like I love watching him fight. And so to have the opportunity to fight on a Mark Dunlop show, like I'm very grateful, you know. And it's just another, you know what I mean? It's just another notch, and we'll just keep her lit.
What is it you liked about James Tennyson? Obviously the scary fact is, I think 32 pro fights, 28 of them never heard the final bell.
Yeah.
Is he probably similar? You're probably basing yourself similar in the way where he just wants to entertain for people. He wants to put on a show, and that's what you want to do.
Yeah, he's just search and destroy. You know what I mean? He just used to walk people down, break them up, like, and he was very good at it. You know, that tight guard and walking in, and just, you know, a real good operator. Always good to watch. You know what I mean? He was never in a boring fight. Even when he was beat, he was put out there. You know what I mean? He went out in the shield, so. He was always a really entertaining fighter, and I had some serious KOs, like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I'd love to sort of see a highlight reel of obviously all the knockouts and together in one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of frightening ones.
Yeah, and he racked up loads of belts and stuff. Like he got European, British, Commonwealth, didn't he? Like he got
European, British.
He beat Ward for the British and Commonwealth, did he? And then he won Europe.
WBA, he won a WBA.
Yeah, he won everything but the world title. Like, but he got to that level, you know what I mean? And he done it the hard way, and he done it in emphatic fashion. Like he was fucking sparking boys, like so.
he carried his power up in the weights as well. I think
Yeah, he was stretching boys there. Like he fought that boy, I forget your boy over in England, and I think it was like uppercut left hook southpaw boy.
Yeah.
I don't know, Masood. I don't know what his name was. I don't know what it was, but he sparked him anyway. He was just a very hurtful puncher, like. So yeah, always love watching him.
I guess we're a couple of weeks past from obviously having a new world champion, obviously Lewis Crocker. Like for you as a boxer coming up, I guess you always look to people that are already there at the pinnacle of the sport. But I guess the good thing for Belfast boxing in particular, because that's where most of your shows are going to be. With Lewis winning, obviously that brings matchroom back, where you're sort of going, come on Ian, now it's my turn to get onto one of these big cards. Like that's a big momentum swing for Irish boxing, the fact that Lewis had become a world champion.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you know, I didn't really care who had won that last fight. It was all up for grabs. Anyone that asked me, I did say that the Crocker would fight better, but he put in a good performance. And then from a selfish point of view, that's what you wanted. You want more world titles in Belfast. You want these big shows up here, because as you said, this is where all my fights have been so far, and probably for I'd say the vast majority of them will be based down here anyways. Plus it's less of a spin down from here there down to Belfast, so yeah, I'm happy enough.
You're nearly sort of six of one, half a dozen another. It nearly takes you as long to get from Newry to Belfast, nearly as it would be from Newry nearly to Dublin.
Dublin, yeah, it's in and around about 45 here and then an hour there, so it's not too. Dublin and Belfast, good to go.
But it's two great fighting cities, obviously.
Yeah,
as well.
Definitely, yeah. Like Jay has a cracking show on there. That's in the stadium, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I've fought in the stadium before as an amateur, but it would be great to do it in the pros as well. As well as all, you want to be fighting in all them stadiums, like the 3 Arena and all. If opportunity arises, like you would like to be able to say you fought at all of them, because that's what it's all about too, isn't it? Getting that experience and being able to turn around and say that you've done it.
Do you have like a sort of list of venues you want? Like you're going to have your second pro venue. Like, do you sort of look at venues like the Ulster Hall, the SSE, Windsor Park potentially next year could happen as well? 3 Arena, National Stadium.
Yeah, all of them. I would love to fight in all of them. Just as you can put them down, you know what I mean? It's like a bucket list nearly. Stadiums or you would like to fight in. Like I'd love to fight in the Ulster Hall. I never fought there as an amateur, so love to fight there. Sorry, I'm blocking that there. And then SSE obviously, but it's actually good the way we're kind of doing it, you know what I mean? There's no point in, like, don't get me wrong, if I was offered to fight in the SSE I would jump at it, but see, to be able to go Devonish there, like at the theatre at the Mill, and then go to these different venues and then build your way into the bigger ones, like, you know what I mean? I do like the way we're doing it like that anyways, because, but don't get me wrong, I would jump at the chance to fight at any of them.
Yeah, you sort of want to reward yourself sort of for all the hard work you do.
Yeah.
Because small hall boxing is, you know, the pinnacle of the sport. You have to be able to sell tickets in the small hall shows. They cover your fight and get to the bigger shows.
Yeah.
Like when you get to the bigger shows,
You've earned it.
You've earned the opportunity, but you're also getting extra ticket sales because of a McConnell's in the card,
exactly.
Lewis Crocker's in the card.
Yeah.
You get the extra ticket sales from that, and then you hopefully keep these people and bringing them back to the small hall cards again.
Yeah, that's it. It's just about putting in your performances too, isn't it? And being able to do this social media crack and being able to talk a wee bit and be able to show people who you are. Like, but all that means fuck all, Morty, if you can't get in the ring and fight, you know what I mean? It's all good talk and shit and this and then going in there and doing that. You need to be able to go in there and perform and put on a show for people. At the end of the day, people's paying money to go down there. Like, you know what I mean? They want to see, and they want entertainment. Like the Gladiators, lad, they want to be getting in there and watching blood sport. Like, so that's what they want.
You know what I mean? An idea away for maybe a ring walk outfit?
I don't know, lad. I was actually thinking there a few different times about, but I don't know if I'll go that flashy yet. You know what I mean? I like to keep it just standard enough. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these flash people. Like I'm not coming out with tassels or nothing. No, none of that. But you never do know. Maybe in the future, sometime I'll come out in a flying carpet or something. Not that. A flying bin, look, a flying bin, the bin man.
Come out the DJ bin, man, so you could.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, bro. Coming out in the wheelie bin, you punching me.
Which colour of wheelie bin?
Yeah. The blue, lad. We're not going to let them smelly black ones.
So the recycling
Yeah, well, nearly the blue one,
but like, what can we expect, obviously, out of your first 6 rounder, and you know, a Sunday show as well? Like, in some ways, I was speaking to Oisin Dunlop, obviously he's making his debut last week, and I was going, in some ways it could be handy because you could be on early enough in the car at say 3 o'clock, have your fight, and then you can go out for your Sunday car for straight after.
Exactly, away on. You know, at the start when I was told about the Sunday show, I was kind of like hemming and hawing about would it work, and then when I was thinking more about it, like I was like, do you know what? It's actually good, you know, especially from people who are going to be travelling down from Newry. Shout out to Nan Rices, by the way, for helping me out with doing a bus down to this next fight there. But with people coming down from Newry and then being able to get back up the road early, and they're not down and don't have to make a full night out of it every time they're coming down, you know what I mean? Because that's what it ends up being, you know. By the time the fight is over and then you get back down the road, you know, it's 10 or 11 o'clock. So this time they'll be down there. I think Mark said to me the fights could be read up by 6 o'clock and around then. So to be able to get done and dusted, and then I can even go back down the road, because usually I stay over. But I'm going to be heading back down the road this time, like, so I get to enjoy the win maybe and go down and celebrate it with the people that come down with me, because, you know, that's what it's all about, you know. Fair play to everyone getting on, you know. I've had a consistent run of people coming down, so shout out to them, they're legends.
It's something that, you know, I guess it's been quite a few years since a Sunday show in Belfast, but it's something that's new and something that can maybe work very well. You know, obviously we're not saying that Sunday's going to be the new Boxing Day, but it's good to mix things up a wee bit.
Yeah, it's different, like, you know what I mean? It gives it a different kind of, plus it's different for the fighters as well. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to like, you're having to wait about all day of the fight there. Sometimes you're waiting about 3 or 4 or 5 hours. You don't know how long you're going to be waiting about, you know, so it's good that it's going to be on. You're waking up, breakfast, wee bit of lunch, and then you're good to go then nearly, you know what I mean? There's not having to sit about and wait, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're sitting about and waiting, you're overthinking, or you're
overeating.
Or overeating, or you just don't really know what to be at. Like, well, obviously everyone has their own thing that they do, like, but you know, no one likes waiting about. I can tell you that. I don't think any fighter likes sitting there for a few hours. Like, they just want to get in there and fight, you know. So I think it'll be good. I'm not too sure I'm going to be on this card, like, so wherever I am, it's going to be early and it will be done and dusted. So yeah.
Smaller venue, obviously, for this card as well. I guess everybody's sort of limited tickets. Like, I'm guessing probably, you know, you probably have very little or maybe even none left at this stage.
Yeah, I got 70 there, and they've been flowing out there rightly. Just need to get out this week and get firing them out there. There's people that are looking them, just, you know, yourself. Just takes a wee bit of time there getting around everyone, know what I mean? Especially when you're running up and down the road, and you're training and then working as well. Like, so just about my Friday, Saturday and Sundays, that's when you'll catch me with the tickets most of the time, like, so. But no, going well, always going well. People's always interested in coming down. Like, I've got a good friend group. Also, Owen Murphy and St Monica's has always helped me out getting tickets, which is a real big help. You know, you need these kind of people who's going to come in and give you a hand out, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about. You don't have time all the time. It'd be good to have someone running about doing it for you, but we're just not at that stage yet, Molly. So start getting my own paying our wage here or something.
As you sort of said there, you know, when you're working full time and then you're up the road for training and things like that, you really don't sort of sometimes to rest and recover, and which is an important part of your training and stuff as well. So to then run about and do tickets, like, you nearly probably just need like a wee local shop and go, come here and get your tickets.
Yeah.
Go to the post office and get them.
Yeah, it'd be a handier job. Get the post office, deliver them all out, and just revolute me to do. No.
But I guess the part of that as well is you like to meet people and thank them for the continued support as well.
That's it too, you know, you have to, it's good to get in and get talking to them and then chat about the fight and all, and let them know what's going on, because, you know what I mean, you want there to be a bit of clarity, and like, you want to be, what's that word? Like, you want them to know what's going on too, like in what way the fight's going to go, what times and stuff, and even tell them about everyone's always curious about who you're fighting and stuff, like, so yeah, no, it's definitely good to get out and see them face to face, because do you know what it is too, Morty? People used to see me flat out. Now I'm like a hermit. You hardly would see me nowadays, like, because I'm just training, I'm working, I'm training, you're going home, you're eating, you're resting, you're training again, and then sure, by the time you're home, you're wrecked, you're goosed. Especially when you are, like, at the end of the day, you're cutting weight and all too, like, you know what I mean? There's lower calories, you've got less energy, you're keeping all your energy for your training, so by the time I get home, I just want to sit up and watch TV, you know what I mean?
I relax and chill out and try and switch off from the sport sometimes, because like, it does become an obsession. You become 24/7 boxing, you go to bed dreaming of fighting, and wake up dreaming of
My
it.
woman's head be wrecked. All she hears is me saying, I ain't gonna win, I ain't gonna win. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get him, I ain't gonna cut this much weight this week, blah, blah, blah. She, her head be wrecked, so she be like, yeah, I can see her rolling her eyes. You know what I mean? You stop going on.
She's living it all with you then as well.
Yeah, she is, and fair play to her too. She was making the good dinners and all. They're all calorie counted and all. Like without her, this would be a lot harder. You know what I mean? Because she really has helped. Plus, she kind of does it. She does it with me as well. Like she trains herself, and then she goes and she be on the calorie counting too. She be battling through all this here with me. So yeah, shout out to Caitlin. Love you, babe.
She's not putting the gloves on the fight yet then.
No, here, but she done boxercise before there. Hey, she's got a mean backhand. Hey, I wouldn't be going there. She could bust you. And she's got a bit of anger in her too there, but no. Fair play to her. She has to put up with my yapping, and there's a lot of yapping, Murray, would you believe it or not? So
she does the cooking, and then you still even have to ask you to do the dishes. You're straight out before
no,
she does
yeah,
them.
mad in the head. I get the dishes done. That's what the deal is. She makes the food, I do the dishes, but sure, look, I've been doing the dishes my whole life. Ask my sisters.
As I keep saying, the hand do dishes are as soft as can be. Remember the advert from Ferry?
Did I like wee woman's hands?
But look, always great to get a good catch up. We have to keep you any longer. We'll start going on down a road away from boxing.
I know, we're just talking nonsense, but yeah.
But obviously good to get catch up with you. We can't wait to see you go 3-0 on the 2nd of November. Anybody that's still after tickets, give them a shout because there's not very many left. We'll catch up with you in fight week.
Gentleman, more in here. Look, I appreciate you always coming down and giving me a wee bit of time, you know what I mean? So, legend.
Cheers, Cathal.
See you after.